3 tropical systems brewing right now across Australia. 125 millimetres of rain already hit the Pilbara coast. 200 millimetres fell near Mackay in just 24 hours. And here is what nobody is telling you about next week. Right now, a tropical low is crossing the Northern Territory Western Australia border. Sea temperatures 29 degrees, wind shear building from the west, 72 hours to intensify before it hits the coast. The question is not if it will hit. The question is where you will be when it does. Comment below where you are watching from, and I will give you your exact timing for when this weather reaches your area. In the next 15 minutes, you get the most detailed forecast for over 70 Australian cities and towns, exact timing, rainfall totals, and what you need to do right now to prepare. At the 3-minute mark, which coastal communities are in the direct path of the tropical low. At minute 5, rainfall predictions that models updated 30 minutes ago. And at minute 12, the plot twist nobody saw coming about southeast Queensland, tropical low 21U, currently at the Northern Territory Western Australia border, moving west at 15 kilometres per hour. This system emerged from the interior this morning, heading straight for the Indian Ocean. Critical detail. This low is tracking further north than initial models predicted. That changes everything. Instead of emerging near Broome, we are looking at Cape Levesque, possibly Cygnet Bay. That gives this system 12 to 18 extra hours over warm water before landfall. Sea surface temperatures 28 to 29 degrees Celsius. Not ideal for rapid intensification, but enough. Wind shear moderate to high, dry air wrapping around the southern flank. Dew point temperatures showing significant moisture deficit west of the system, the Pilbara coast. Port Hedland, Karratha, Dampier, Onslow. You have until Saturday evening, 72 hours from right now. By Sunday morning, this system will be within 100 kilometres of the coast. Category 1, possibly Category 2 strength. Rainfall totals 80 to 125 millimetres. Heaviest falls around Karratha and Port Hedland. Here is what concerns me. The convection is displaced south of the centre. You can see it on satellite right now. All the heavy thunderstorm activity sitting 150 kilometres south of the actual low pressure centre. This is not a healthy system. Not yet. It needs 2 full days, possibly 3, to consolidate that convection around the centre. Deep mind models, which have been incredibly accurate this season, are showing a track closer to shore. That means weaker intensity but higher rainfall totals near the coast. If that track verifies, Broome could see 50 to 75 millimetres, Karratha 100 to 150 millimetres, Derby 75 to 100 millimetres, Port Hedland 90 to 130 millimetres, Dampier 80 to 120 millimetres. Exmouth, you are on the southern edge, 25 to 40 millimetres expected mainly Sunday into Monday. Carnarvon could see 10 to 20 millimetres as the system weakens and moves south. Now Queensland, where things get extremely interesting, Central Coast Queensland, Mackay, Whitsundays, Townsville, Rockhampton. In the past 24 hours, Mackay recorded 90 millimetres. Isolated areas near Preparedness hit 200 millimetres. The Pioneer River, which runs through Mackay, is experiencing minor flooding right now. Water levels sitting at moderate levels, not expected to reach major flood stage. Tonight into Thursday morning, February 5th. More showers and thunderstorms through the central coast, not as intense as last night, expecting totals between 20 and 40 millimetres. Most rain overnight Wednesday into early Thursday, clearing during Thursday afternoon. Townsville, your best chance for decent rainfall comes Thursday afternoon. 30 to 60 millimetres possible as winds shift from southeasterly to easterly. This wind change is critical. It will favour rainfall into the Townsville area but pull that moisture away from Mackay. Whitsunday region drops to 10 to 20 millimetres Thursday night. Preserpine, Airlie Beach, Hamilton Island all seeing lighter falls. Rockhampton and the Capricorn Coast 15 to 30 millimetres Thursday, then drying out Friday morning, February 6th. This is when the pattern shifts north significantly. Cairns, Kasserine Coast, Daintree Rainforest. Rainfall begins building Thursday afternoon, peaks Friday morning. We could see isolated totals around 200 millimetres through parts of the Herbert Range. Atherton Tablelands expect widespread 50 to 100 millimetres. Cairns City 75 to 125 millimetres Friday into Saturday. Peak rainfall Friday morning between 6 a.m. and midday. Port Douglas, 80 to 150 millimetres. Cooktown, 60 to 100 millimetres. Mareeba, 40 to 70 millimetres. Innisfail, 90 to 160 millimetres. Then the weekend arrives. Saturday and Sunday, February 8th and 9th, showers and thunderstorms widespread across far North Queensland. Cairns, Innisfail, Tully, Cardwell, multi-day totals between 150 and 300 millimetres. This is significant rainfall. Tully, known for high rainfall, could approach 300 millimetres. Cardwell, 100 to 200 millimetres. Ingham, 80 to 150 millimetres. But south of Townsville, conditions dry out dramatically. Mackay, Whitsundays, Rockhampton, the Capricorn Coast, very little rainfall Saturday through early next week, maybe 5 to 15 millimetres at most. Gladstone, Bundaberg, Maryborough all staying dry, 10 millimetres maximum over the weekend. Now here is where I need your full attention. Early next week, Monday the 10th, Tuesday the 11th of February, long range forecast models showing potential tropical low development in the Coral Sea. This could be significant. Let me be crystal clear about the timing and the threat level. Some model runs have shown this system tracking towards southeast Queensland. That has understandably caused concern. Here is what you need to know right now. For the next 7 days, the threat of a Queensland landfall is effectively zero. These systems typically give us 6 to 7 days of reliable warning. We can predict tropical cyclone movements much more accurately now than even 5 years ago. Current atmospheric conditions, sea surface temperatures, wind shear patterns, all of this data tells us that a southeast Queensland landfall in the next week is not going to happen. Beyond 7 days, uncertainty increases. But even in that time frame, the most likely scenario is a weak low pressure system developing around Monday or Tuesday. This brings continued showers to the Cairns region and far north coast. 4 to 5 day totals, potentially 400 to 600 millimetres. Significant, yes. Flooding likely in some areas. But far north Queensland is built for this. Cairns, if this scenario plays out, you are looking at widespread 100 to 200 millimetres Monday through Wednesday next week. Innisfail, 150 to 250 millimetres. Tully, 200 to 300 millimetres. Mission Beach, 150 to 200 millimetres. Cardwell, 100 to 180 millimetres. The GFS model has been unreliable with this system, blowing it up to unrealistic intensity, then tracking it erratically. Do not put weight on those runs. The European model, the Access model, DeepMind. These are showing more consistent solutions. A weak system staying offshore or impacting only the far north coast. Now let me address southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales because this is the plot twist I promised you. Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Toowoomba. Over the past week, models have been flip-flopping dramatically. Rainfall predictions between 50 and 250 millimetres. They have now dropped back to around 50 millimetres. But here is what changed in the last 24 hours, Wednesday and Thursday next week, February 12th and 13th. A surface trough is forecast to develop along the coast. This could trigger showers and thunderstorms. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, February 14th through 16th. Steady rain possible, not thunderstorms. Actual steady soaking rain. If this verifies, Brisbane could see 75 to 150 millimetres over 5 days. Gold Coast, 80 to 175 millimetres. Sunshine Coast, 60 to 125 millimetres. Toowoomba and the Darling Downs, 40 to 80 millimetres. The Access model just came on board with this solution. That is significant. When multiple models agree, confidence increases. Right now, I would say 50-50 chance this rainfall eventuates. By Monday or Tuesday next week, we will have definitive answers. Ipswich, 50 to 100 millimetres possible. Logan, 60 to 120 millimetres. Caboolture, 50 to 90 millimetres. Gympie, 40 to 70 millimetres. Noosa, 50 to 100 millimetres. Caloundra, 60 to 110 millimetres. Northern New South Wales, Byron Bay, 70 to 140 millimetres possible next week. Lismore, 60 to 120 millimetres. Ballina, 60 to 110 millimetres. Casino, 40 to 70 millimetres. Grafton, 30 to 60 millimetres. Coffs Harbour, 40 to 80 millimetres. This would be incredibly welcome. Southeast Queensland is extremely dry right now. Vegetation is crispy, soil moisture depleted, dam levels below average. This rainfall would provide significant relief Central Australia. Friday, February 7th, high-end severe thunderstorm potential developing. Alice Springs, you are on the southern edge. Isolated severe storms possible Friday afternoon. Yulara near Uluru, moderate to high risk of supercell thunderstorms Friday evening. These could produce large hail, damaging winds above 90 kilometres per hour and heavy rainfall. Birdsville, Baduri, Boulia in far western Queensland. Severe thunderstorm risk Friday and Saturday. Wind gusts potentially exceeding 100 kilometres per hour. Flash flooding possible in normally dry creek beds. Southwestern Queensland, Quilpie, Charleville, Cunnamulla. Severe storms Friday afternoon into evening. 30 to 60 millimetres possible in localised areas. Lightning density will be high. Northern South Australia. Ood, Nadutta, Maree. Isolated severe storms Friday, northern New South Wales outback, White Cliffs, Wilcannia, low to moderate severe storm risk Friday evening. Complete 7-day outlook for major capital cities and regional centres. Exact timing, exact totals, exact conditions. Perth, Thursday through Sunday, mostly sunny, 28 to 32 degrees. Monday and Tuesday, slight showers, 5 to 10 millimetres. Wednesday, sunny, 30 degrees. Adelaide. Thursday, partly cloudy, 26 degrees. Friday, isolated thunderstorms inland, 28. Weekend, sunny, 29 to 30. Monday through Wednesday, mostly sunny, 27 to 29. Melbourne. Thursday, morning showers, 22 degrees, 5 to 10 millimetres. Friday through Sunday, sunny, 23 to 26. Monday through Wednesday, partly cloudy, 24 to 25, Hobart. Thursday, showers, 19 degrees, 5 to 15 millimetres. Friday, clearing 20 degrees. Weekend through Tuesday, sunny, 20 to 22. Wednesday, partly cloudy, 21, Canberra. Thursday and Friday, partly cloudy, 28 to 29. Weekend through Monday, sunny, 29 to 31. Tuesday and Wednesday, slight showers, 28. Sydney, Thursday through Saturday, partly cloudy, 27 to 29. Sunday and Monday, sunny, 29 to 30. Tuesday and Wednesday, increasing cloud, 27 to 28. Darwin, Thursday through Sunday, scattered thunderstorms, 32 to 33, 10 to 30 millimetres daily. Monday through Wednesday, showers easing, 32 to 34. Coral Sea System update. Latest model runs trending away from Queensland. System forecast to track further east, staying offshore. By Wednesday next week, moving southeast toward Tasman Sea. Good news for coastal communities. Rainfall potential for southeast Queensland depends on that surface trough. If trough does not develop, Brisbane 20 to 40 millimetres instead of 100 plus. If trough develops and stalls, rainfall could exceed predictions. Monday and Tuesday next week are critical for model consensus. Coastal conditions, king tide's not a factor this week. Next week, if rainfall eventuates, minor coastal inundation possible low-lying areas during high tide. Gold Coast, Broadwater and Brisbane River mouthwatch areas. Surf conditions. East Coast, Thursday through Saturday, 2 to 3 metre swells. Sunday increasing 3 to 4 metres. Monday and Tuesday, 3 to 5 metres possible north of Coffs Harbour. Dangerous rip currents likely. Southwestern Australia. Thursday and Friday, 1 to 2 metre swells. Saturday through Tuesday, increasing 2 to 4 metres as tropical low moves offshore. Hazardous surf Pilbara coast Sunday and Monday. Emergency preparedness. No panic needed. Have a plan. Pilbara region. By Friday afternoon, secure loose outdoor items. Check emergency kit. Fuel in car. Charge devices. Fresh water stored. This system will bring wind and rain but not catastrophic. Far North Queensland. Same advice. Flood-prone areas, no evacuation routes. Monitor river levels. Local councils will issue warnings if needed. Southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales. Not under threat now. But if waiting to do yard work, clean gutters, check drainage, this weekend is the time. What I am monitoring next 72 hours. Tropical low 21U intensity and track. Category 1 or 2 strength. Exact Pilbara landfall location. Rainfall totals Port Hedland, Karratha, Dampier. Wind speeds at peak. Storm surge potential coastal areas. Queensland Central Coast. River levels around Mackay, where the minor flooding extends to moderate. Rainfall distribution Thursday and Friday. Creek levels Whitsundays far north Queensland. Actual accumulation Friday through Sunday, where the totals reach 200 millimetres Herbert Range. River heights, flash flooding urban Cairns. Coral sea development. Does it form? Stay offshore. How does it interact with broader pattern? Wind shear analysis. Sea temperatures. Southeast Queensland trough. Does it form next week? Bring rainfall. How much? Timing arrival. Strength onshore flow. Tomorrow, updated information all systems. Tropical low closer to Western Australia coast. Better satellite imagery. Better intensity estimates. More accurate track forecasts. Convection consolidation. Pressure trends. Friday. Warnings for Pilbara if needed. Detailed rainfall maps. Timing for peak winds. When conditions deteriorate and improve, road closures expected, port operations impacts. Weekend, focus shifts to Queensland. Saturday and Sunday monitoring far north rainfall, river levels, flooding potential, where the roads cut, where the community's isolated. Emergency response activation, Monday and Tuesday next week, coral sea situation clearer. Definitive guidance whether southeast Queensland gets significant rain or event fizzles. Model consensus firming, track certainty improving, stay informed, weather changes rapidly, especially tropical regions. What I am telling you today is based on best available data now. Tomorrow some details change. Weekend more changes. That is weather forecasting nature. But here is what will not change. My commitment to accurate, honest, detailed information. No hype, no fear-mongering, just facts. Comment below your location. I will respond with your specific forecast timing. Port Hedland, I will tell you when winds pick up. Cairns, when heavy rain starts. Brisbane, if that rain next week actually happens. Mackay, overnight expectations. Townsville, afternoon timing. Share this with family, share with neighbours, especially those without detailed weather information access. Older Australians, rural communities, remote areas. People who rely on accurate forecasts for important decisions. Farmers planning work. Emergency services preparing. Tomorrow, another update. Full breakdown Western Australian tropical low. Updated Queensland forecasts. New coral sea information. Severe thunderstorm updates Central Australia. Capital city adjustments. Regional forecast changes. Stay safe, stay prepared, stay informed. Weather is powerful, but knowledge is more powerful. When you know what is coming, when you know the timing, when you have accurate, reliable information, you make smart decisions. Trust the data, trust the forecast, trust the science.